Allied nations, as well as the ministers from both East and West Germany. They're in Berlin for the second round of 4+2 talks. General Haddock had words of praise for the soldiers who guarded Checkpoint Charlie.
You have served at this crossroad between East and West. You have done so loyally and with dedication. For the contribution you have made to the freedom in and the well-being of Berlin, you have earned the thanks of all free men.
In his speech, U.S. Secretary of State James Baker spoke of a new journey for Europe.
The American people join all of you, the people of Berlin, the people of Germany, the people of Europe, on this new journey. Checkpoint Charlie now leads from the conflicts of the past to the reconciliation of the future.
The removal of Checkpoint Charlie represents a symbolic end to the physical divisions between East and West Berlin. But as an uncertain future unfolds, it signals the beginning of the hard work of actually reuniting the city. Sergeant Charlie Gill talked with the people who know Checkpoint Charlie best.
They stood duty in 12-hour shifts. It had always been that way for the Allied military police since 1961. This is their last official duty at Checkpoint Charlie to watch it being removed. Now Checkpoint Charlie is part of Berlin's past, but its farewell is a symbol of Berlin's future. Officer in charge of Checkpoint Charlie, Major Bernard Godek.
I kind of had mixed emotions. In a way, I was really glad because it symbolizes our efforts. I think that we've been here in Berlin so long. It's been a symbol of freedom. Freedom's come, freedom of travel between East and West Berlin. And it was time for the checkpoint to go. In that respect, I was glad.
As the MP stood at parade rest on this gray morning, the NCO in charge, Staff Sergeant Michael Younce, felt all the Allied MPs shared the same feelings.
I think I was happy to see it go. It's time. In my opinion, I think what we're saying here is maybe the confrontational part of the Cold War is over. We no longer need it.
And as one speaker said today, we have finally taken Checkpoint Charlie out of the cold. And it was the MPs who stood watch regardless of the political climate. In West Berlin, Sergeant Charlie Gill, AFN News.
When a move that surprised Western diplomats at the ceremony this morning, Soviet Foreign Minister Edward Shevardnadze proposed that all the Western powers inside Berlin move their troops out of the city within 6 months. He added that Berlin's special status under post-World War II agreements should be dropped. Now later, Shevardnadze also proposed a unilateral 50% cut in East and West forces in Europe over a 3-year period. Reuters News Service reports that the West immediately rejected the plan. Diplomats told reporters that the proposals were merely part of a Soviet plan to go on the offensive during this week's 2x4 talks on German unification. Well, the Soviets may not be the only ones who want the Western powers out of Germany. The political changes of recent months has led many German citizens to question the U.S. role in Deutschland. Well, tonight, Air Force Sergeant John Guerrero takes us to Wiesbaden, where the good feelings about Americans remain high, but the attitude regarding the U.S. military may not be the same. He has this report from Lindsay Air Base Friendship Fest.
The Lindsay Fest is one of the biggest annual events at the Air Base. The military and Wiesbaden German communities have the chance to come together in the spirit of fun and friendship. As part of the Lindsay Fest tradition, Wiesbaden's Lord Mayor and the base commander ride into the main tent on horseback. A ceremonial keg is opened, and mayor and commander drink a toast to continued friendship. Although the German government wants the good feelings to last, they're also hoping American military presence in their city will soon come to an end. The sentiment is mainly the result of Europe's growing atmosphere of peace.
Without our American friends, we wouldn't have this point. And therefore, I would say many thanks to our American friends for staying here in the last 40 years. And now I hope that we are able to live together in peace, and I hope that many of the American people who stayed here as soldiers would come back as a tourist.
The base commander understands the Lord Mayor's point of view, but adds the decision to move any military troops out of Wiesbaden will be made higher up.
All those decisions are being made, at a higher level as to what installations will close, when will close, and where we're going to go. You also have to remember that Wiesbaden is a military community, and therefore there's also Army installations and Air Force installations. And so we have several key installations around the city. What they would like to do is be early in on the planning factor if there are going to be any changes.
Whatever changes come, both sides expect good relations to continue. Events such as the Lindsay Fest are a testimony that the bond between German citizens and American servicemen remain as strong as ever. Reporting from Lindsay Air Base, Air Force Sergeant John Guerrero, European Broadcasting Squadron.